Find out. Gentlemen, let's take a look at our war room.
Hello.
Hello, war room. Thank you, Owen.
What's up, guys?
For selling the war room.
That's the war room pose, you know.
That's a good one.
That's how they walk around.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Thank you,
Am I doing
gentlemen.
it?
The stance.
We've got some
now we're at
bands
the same
though.
height. No, keep doing that. Keep doing that.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And I'll do it one more time. You ready? And the war room.
Yes.
That you changed the
He
pose.
changed it. Now I don't even.
I'm doing it.
He's now nice. I'm tall now.
Yeah, on the right height.
Hey, guys.
Okay, great, guys.
What if there are shrines in the world?
Bands are out. We're going to see the Ricky band out. We're going to see the Treant, both strong heroes that we've seen in the meta. Interesting to note that Nick's Assassin band, though, isn't it?
They banned this against Empire in that series as well.
Ah.
And the Warlock has been a pretty frequent first pick from Empire and themselves. So.
Okay.
We'll see if
what's
they
the
go,
first pick going to be?
We'll see if they pair something with Wisp again. I think
Wisp, yeah, I
yesterday
think.
they
You think
did
I-
both games.
Maybe a Whisper, like maybe they just go for some standard like CM.
Yeah, we'll go with the eye.
Where's the
I think we
monkey?
go for. I think the IO is a good bet.
Empire will go for the monkey though, right?
Will they play the monkey?
They are
Oh, they
monkey
do.
team.
Miposhka really
Yes.
likes that hero.
Exactly, yeah.
So they just go for the CM. I doubted myself.
You were so
I
close.
doubted
So
myself.
close. So close,
That's
yeah,
all
so
right.
far. Put it down.
That's a nice CM. Nice, gentle.
So-
Don't slap
Don't
her so
nerf
hard. A gentle. No!
Oh, no.
Owen!
Sorry.
Gentle pat.
Empire tends to pick, I mean, Miposhka's hero on the first two, like every game that I've seen from them. They were picking a lot of Clockwork first two, but now since Monkey King is left in the pool, I wouldn't see why not.
What, in the first phase?
Yeah.
Do you think Secret will ban it if they don't pick it?
Maybe they want to play versus it. Maybe since like they saw that game yesterday,
No.
they want to be able to try something.
You know
good,
what
but
will happen,
they go
Fog,
for
right?
Spiritbreaker. What's up?
They pick Monkey King and Team Secret picks Wind Ranger.
Yeah,
And
that
what
works so
happens,
well.
Lex?
Oh,
What
that
happens,
will-
Lex? Who wins?
Yeah, they lose. They lose.
There you go.
Team Secret
So
loses.
where do you want to put this one? Because this is probably Miposhka's hero, and he's going to be running around.
We could just
We'll
maybe
put him in
stick
like
it there.
we'll put him in like
I mean,
offlane
because
area
they
for
may
now.
pick a Darkseer, mightn't they?
Yeah, they might. That's true.
Mm.
Oh, the Darkseer Spirit Breaker
Darkseer,
combo?
yeah.
Well,
I
if they
think
knew they
that's-
were going to do that, they would have picked it already, I think.
I want to get the Dark.
No, because they didn't get into the ban time. Now they're into their, reserve time. Usually you want to wait
Pick
in
the
your picks.
Darkseer.
Like the first two, even if you knew you're going to pick, you just take the time
I
down.
will let you host if they pick Darkseer. There's no way. It ain't going to happen.
There's a chance. I mean, I wouldn't say
No.
it's guaranteed, but
Fogged?
you don't think it's...
You can take my job, bro.
I think it's possible they pick Darkseer.
Does he get the salary as well?
He...
I'll take the Panini Maker.
No! I take it back. My sweet, sweet Panini.
They
Yes!
didn't do it. Your job's safe.
Yep. they
Your
go
job
Darkseer
is
there.
safe.
All right. The nice
last
Life
one?
Stealer bomb
Enigma.
there.
Was you?
Enigma from Team
Where's the
Secret,
last
huh?
one?
The
That's
Yap
what they did
special.
yesterday, no?
Like here,
I believe so, yeah. Team Secret
And
did
then
have a
it's-
great
we're in a little
Enigma
bit out of
game.
order here.
Crystal made an Enigma, Enigma gets a lot of mana and stuff in the early game.
Lifestealer hero that Chappie's been playing quite a bit lately, and Spiritbreaker is something that fits their style like very well. I think they drafted this first in one of the other series as well, and I believe they lost that game, but it works pretty well for them. They get to pressure all the lanes and from mid too. So
Oh, that's
And
right.
it's also right.
well-fitting Empire hero.
As soon as Lifestealer hits 6, you get the just charge in
Woo!
bomb with a smoke gank. Yeah.
The early reveal. Last time this was not a good strat. They early revealed this Emperor Spirit.
Hard to
So,
gank though with Spiritbreaker. You can always like slide or chain him when he's on his way in. Definitely so many different ways to kind of like avoid it.
I mean,
And that's already clear. That's showing one of their supports already, the Spiritbreaker. So right there, they're already expecting the other one. There's not going to be that crazy amount of reliable lockdown for an Ember Spirit. And I mean, it's mid one's best hero.
So last
Yeah,
time
for
we
sure.
saw Mid One's Ember Spirit against a Spirit Breaker, every time there was a charge, he'd always change just in time to be able to stun the Spirit Breaker. One time, Spirit Breaker tried to come charge him, and he ended up just getting solo killed. So I wonder if memories of that game might have influenced the selection here. Like, of the mids that you're worried about being charged down, Ember Spirit perhaps is not one of them. So
But it sets up for Empire to get the counter pick on mid, right? So what's a good hero to pick against Ember in lane? Is it like Death Prophet is?
surely Empire.
some
Oh,
of
in
them run
lane.
OD themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
there
ban the
you
OD. They're going to try to give mid one a
That's
good
one.
matchup.
Terror-bladed band as well.
Mm-hmm.
From Empire.
I think for Empire,
Smart
but
stuff.
could you not be looking out for Disruptor? CIS teams love it. It's great with the Spirit Breaker. You've got the Thunder Strike to give the charge vision if you want to chase down kills. Bit of catch for the Ember. Allows the
option.
Lifestealer to lock down onto a target, control them with the field.
Pretty good thinking there. I just want to see another Kunkka. That's all I care about. He ain't too bad against Ember too, right?
Oh, you mean
grab-
for Empire?
For
Yeah.
Empire, I mean,
They already have Spiritbreaker though. They
is-
can't
yeah.
run some.
Well,
if
yeah.
anyone's going to pick it here, would be Secret.
Yeah,
but
I think Secret could pick it.
they could. I
They
mean,
Gives them the team fight from the force support is always good.
yeah.
Well, they're taking their sweet time. Enigma is banned out, so good call there. That was an effective Enigma that we saw yesterday.
That's the hero, right?
Whew. Team Secret taking their time. Can I see some of these pictures again? I just want to go through a little tour. It's my favorite part of my days, getting to see these tiny little pictures on the table.
Legion Commander ban.
Oh!
Pretty good.
That's a fancy one. Beautiful.
With the Warlock out, although I'm not, I wouldn't be surprised to see like an axe or something from Empire, something they've run frequently on Ghost Stick as part of a potentially very aggressive offlane. So if they choose to go that direction,
Oh, aggressive. I like it.
I think also Legion was banned.
banned,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay. I think Jack could be right. Axe could be fun. But I suppose Disruptor could certainly be a likelihood for Empire.
Yeah, I would think so too. Oh, surprising. Wow. Look at that. I can see the rib.
Oh, you're talking about the pictures.
Yeah. I don't know. The
I thought
pictures.
you
I
were-
like the pictures.
Thought you were on another level.
My parents,
yeah, I
when I
think
was a
with the-
kid, would only buy me books with a bunch of pictures in.
Darkseer Disruptor could definitely be possibilities for Empire here.
Mm-hmm. Darkseer would be pretty decent for Secret as well. The Iron Shell combo with Ember is quite deadly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with CM, you know,
Yep,
with the mana
makes
changes
sense.
for Darkseer, CM does make it a lot easier to play that hero.
Nobody's picking Darkseer, boys.
maybe they might expect Secret to have to go with Omni Knight. Maybe they consider taking that
yes.
themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Be
yeah,
pretty
Omni Knight could be pretty nice.
yes.
Yeah,
Kezo
Especially
had a
with the
very good
CM.
Omni yesterday.
yeah. Omni would be pretty strong. Silence.
How?
Oh, didn't expect
Alright.
that.
That could be played in a couple different positions. I think I've been seeing a lot of core silencer for some reason.
I
And I think it's a
With
really good
silencers?
matchup. Like it can be a very good matchup versus Ember Spirit. You can really bully him out of lane super hard. So I think I'm gonna put down mid at least for now.
Oh.
And a Tuskar.
So Tusk, instant pick from Secret.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Puppy Hero. He really likes to play it. But I think we may actually see a switched up because he'll probably be playing the CM and we'll probably see Yap on this Tusk.
Yeah, Tusk is great here. I mean, you know, once you get the Greaves, you've got that way to save your team from the global silence. You know, to take the silence off yourself, grab them in the snowball, stop them from getting caught up by an initial initiation from the Spirit Breaker.
Good for making like natural rotations out
Yeah.
to mid. It's good versus Lifestealer if he's like split
Oh, I
pushing or
like
anything.
that.
Because you
Oh,
can
I like that.
Walrus punch through Rage, so you can always stop his TP if he tries to do that.
Now that Magnus, where is that going to go? I mean, are we putting that on the offlane?
I think that's
Yeah,
I think that's
so-
probably the offlaner. So
Spirit
Spirit Breaker's
Breaker
probably just
more
gonna be
No, and a bad
back in the lifesteal.
Ooh.
Hey.
Ooh.
Yeah, Badon. That's the NA special, Fog. Talk to me.
I'm sneezing. 1 second.
Achoo!
I held it in. All right.
Allergic to NA. Go ahead, buddy.
Well, now they have. I mean, they have a way to. If they can build like Lotus Orbs on the Tusk, the Abaddon. He can shield off open wounds in the laning phase. Just very good hero, durable hero to contest the safe lane. Benefits
that's
a
a
lot from
spooky-
CM Aura.
And if you look at Empire's damage output, if that actually is a core silencer, that's a lot of single target damage coming out from them. And so you have both the Tusk and Abaddon that have saves to deal with that. So pretty counter heavy right there. We've also seen, I think, was it silencer against Axe Dazzle, and then there'd be Lotus Orb as the counter from Secret. So I wouldn't expect, wouldn't be surprised to see something like that used as well. So
For sure.
they've got the answers to the damage output of Empire right now. That's a point of concern for them.
I still like the Magnus pickup though. It enables the Lifestealer to go later, like super late game, right? He's still.
Enables
good
him to keep
core.
up his farm. Because one
Yeah.
issue that some lifestealers have, if you're always in a vehicle or looking for ganks and you're not successfully getting them, you can fall behind very quickly. The hero doesn't farm that well to begin with, so that Empower helps him keep his net
Unlocks
worth up a little bit.
easy ancient farming as well.
Yeah, gives them deep push as well, which they don't really have at all right now in versus Secret's lineup. I mean, Secret doesn't have the greatest push, but I think that's what the Abaddon kind of adds to Secret's lineup is having that Curse of Avernus to be able to pressure towers.
What do you think? What do they take for MP? I mean, a lot of the carries being banned out this game. I know TB, Wraith King, two things that we saw Secret play yesterday, didn't we? Oh, well, no, it's not the Terrorblade, but the Wraith King.
The Wraith King,
And
yeah.
Terrorblade, I think, was probably banned out in all the games, actually, against
So
Secret.
the MP hero here, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Could be possible for.
Oh,
Okay, they
I-
just stick
I'm-
with the Weaver again. I
That
was thinking it was going to be
that's-
Ursa
I was-
probably this time or something.
I thought
but
of the Weaver because obviously we saw yesterday, but I was looking at Empire's lineup. I mean, I guess
I think they're
against
going
the
to go aggro
Lifestealer
again.
and the Magnus, you got ways to kite up, but both Silencer and Spirit Breaker can be quite annoying to play Weaver against. I mean, I guess Silencer is squishy, but
Yeah.
Having the charge and having the global silence can
But they've got these
have a sweet point against the Weaver.
these hard to gank heroes though. That's like they've been playing a lot. The Ember Spirit, the Weaver, they don't really have like hard lockdown on Empire. They have a Spirit Breaker charge, and that's like kind of it, other than a Mag RP. So that's one thing. I like the Mag though as well, just because Secret is very melee oriented right now. They're all very short ranged heroes, so you can actually get pretty good clump up opportunities on them. But I think Secret's gonna go for something that they've been doing. You know, put Kezu in a 1v1 matchup as his safe lane hero.
Yeah.
And then go aggro tri lane and pressure.
And there's the axe that Jack mentioned. Bang on.
Good
Okay.
one.
Nice work,
Comes through
Jack.
at the end. So that will
So
well,
support silencer, and then it's gonna be axe off lane
Mid mag, right?
and mid mag.
with the mid mag.
Yeah.
FM
So a little bit of a
Magnus.
switch up.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, there you go. Interesting draft from both teams.
For sure.
A lot of aggression, though. I feel like this is going to be a bloodbath, boys.
Yeah, I'm not sure who I favor.
Whoa.
I think Empire has really put their eggs into one basket here. They kind of have to snowball. Their high ground is not very good as a lineup, and their damage output, as I mentioned, is also a little bit limited. So I think they're going to have to run Secret over a little bit in the early to mid game to have a chance in this one. I like Secret.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm scared for Empire as well. The silencer not being a core is depends when he gets his level 6, in my opinion. I think Secret has the advantage. So I'll go with them as well.
There's a reason people ban the Magnus against Empire, and that is because it's God tier. I'm going to go for Empire on this one. That's the Slacks promise right there. Anyway, who will win? We will find out very shortly. Let's go ahead and send it on over to our wonderful commentators and see what kind of game we've got in store for Game 1.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome over to the casting desk. I'm ODPixel here with Fogg, and we're ready to take you through the first game of the first series of the day. Secret versus Empire. We've just seen the drafts. This time around, it's a little different with Secret in the sense they're not trying something totally off the wall in game 1. We are seeing Absol Tusk, which is going to be a little bit different, something that we're not too used to seeing. And Empire going with their classic kind of CIS strats, the in-your-face, the Spirit Breaker, but the support Silencer. I mean, what's your opinion on this here? As we saw on the board, you wanted to put him in a core position. He is going to be as a support. What's up with the Silencer support?
Not really crazy about the hero, to be honest. He's super ulti reliant, and it's very hard to execute the ult in like proper manner. So I'm not like really the biggest fan of it. I think it can bully a bit in the laning phase. It's got like obviously good damage output, but it is very like kind of single target for that aspect. Yeah, I'm not really the biggest fan of a silencer. Just especially versus what Secret has. Like usually when you're playing silencer, it's like you want to stop some type of big ultimate like a black hole, something along those lines. But if you look at Secret's draft, they actually have pretty much 0 heavy cooldown ultimates, which is something they've been doing a lot lately. It's like either they choose Kezu in a big team fight ultimate like Guardian Angel or Omni Knight, something like that with Enigma, or they go for these like heavy aggression, just super tempo kind of lineups. So I like Secret's draft a lot in this one. And yeah, I think that the Silencer with the mag and everything and Spirit Breaker, it's a lot harder to execute. So Silencer, not really sold on the hero.
Yeah, we'll see. In terms of lanes, at the moment they're heading out to... let's see if there's going to be any sort of aggressive lanes coming out, but it doesn't look to be the case. MP up on the top lane in the safe lane with Puppey. As you said, overall, so more of a worry for Empire. Would you say at a certain point of the game, is this going to be tricky for them in the lanes, especially? What's the bit that you expect to see Empire struggle the most with their draft?
I think probably mid-game. I think that they really need, like, I mean, Blink Dagger Mag, they have a Spirit Breaker Initiator. They need Blink Mag and they need Blink Axe in order to really create fights and create chaos, while Secret just can kind of group up with their Abaddon and just go for buildings and just pressure and go for fights constantly. I think that Empire really needs to come out of the lanes, just like Jack was mentioning, ahead. Because if they come out behind, they're going to have to just go on full recovery mode and be like, okay, we need our Blink Daggers to really cause any havoc, while Secret can, just Tusks roll in, or Ember just runs in with his Remnants, and Weaver can just like run through with his Kuchi. But we do see that adjustment happening right away. It looks like Yapsor and MP going to be going toward it, that off lane. But they're kind of just they're still kind of like adapting depending on what they see. But yeah, Kezu safe lane.
Yeah, and this is, as you say, this is what Secret want in terms of lane matches. This is they want Kezu in that 1v1.
Yeah, they want Kezu in the 1v1, and having Weaver versus Lifestealer is always great. There's no sustainable lockdown in the tri-lane, or in the dual lane or tri-lane that Empire's going to have. It's just a Spirit Breaker charge. So I think they should be able to pressure the Lifestealer a good amount, but lane change-up should happen at one point, because if they just keep it down there, you know, Empire should be able to come out ahead in experience just because they have their pull.
This mid lane matchup, as you mentioned on the board, you know, if it would have been a silencer, mid one could have had a bit of an issue, but up against the Magnus, do you expect this to be a pretty easy time for the Ember Spirit?
Yeah, it should be. I mean, he can't really burn the Flame Guard later on, because you just can't as Mag. So he should be just fine. I think the thing is that with Empower, it does make it a lot easier for Mag to just last hit and harass with the natural damage from the cleave. So I think it's going to be pretty evenly matched, but the first level, yeah, you see FN just non-stop clicking mid one.
Certainly working out for this first wave, that's for sure.
Mag is one of those heroes that always can do well in his lane, just because you have Shockwave, you have a low cost in power, which just makes you have higher space damage compared to like any hero. And you have high armor, so you can really bully an Ember early on especially.
At the moment, down bottom, Yapsul trying to just kind of keep his eyes on Miposhka, and Miposhka likewise. Chappie manning up, getting a fair bit of a damage in onto MP here. Obviously not going to get the kill, but certainly forcing him back. As is prepared for that sort of harassment there with Tangos and the Salve. Puppy sitting down here as well, so all three of Secret keeping themselves down to this bottom lane. Now mid lane matchup looks to continue pretty evenly. We're going to see Secret make a move towards Miposhka, but no way of really trapping them. With the curse down onto the two of them, you just have to be a little careful.
Oh, he actually uses Shikuchi as well, so the Arcane Curse is going to hurt him quite a bit.
It's going to keep going.
Yeah. First shards off the mark, and I like how Empire right away, they're just making sure to maximize on their levels and just keep pulling right away. Mid one with a haste rune mid.
Got it.
At the moment though, pretty just kind of static lanes here, as neither side looking to make any sort of movements with their supports. Do you think we can expect that to change, or do both teams need both the supports down here on this bottom lane?
I think both teams, yeah. I think we're going to see this just sticking for a while until maybe some kills go down, but Empire is looking very good in the laning phase. I think they have a little bit stronger lanes. It's just about what they can come out of it.
Yeah, I mean, this bottom lane, MP just ain't hitting the creeps.
Yeah.
That is, quite... I mean, I know it's early days, but 3 minutes in, Weaver not finding much at all. Maybe will find himself the kill, though. Miposhka falling very low. Chappie looks to block him off, and MP can't actually find the kill. Doesn't chase down the breaker. But yeah, this is certainly going to hurt them, with the Lifestealer about to quadruple the CS of the Weaver.
We have seen Secret have a little bit of struggle on their first games of the day.
We have, and we've also seen them have struggles in the laning stage and then come back to win the game.
Yeah.
But, yeah, certainly worth noting that safe lane's looking a lot hotter for Empire. The mid lane matchup, slight lead still for FN, keeping himself ahead of mid one.
To be a bit expected. The bottom lane, I didn't expect Chappie to have so much higher CS than MP. He's just really struggling. I guess there's leaving the pulls open. King R is just, as a silencer, he is just chain pulling, so he denies like one or two creeps from the wave each time. They're maximizing much better in this safe lane for Empire than Secret is in their aggressive tri-lane. Miposhka gonna get some pressure onto him. They know he still only has Bash level 1, and this time he should be brought down.
Yeah, there's no way he gets out of here with the Frostbite. And the Snowball to follow through as well. Miposhka will be taken down. Chappie and King are heading across. See if they can get a lock onto anyone. But MP the only one near enough to go for, and they don't want to waste their spells on that. No way to trap him through the Shikuchi. So first blood for Secret, and they certainly needed to get that, because if they have a tri-lane down here and it's not hindering the farm of the carry, they need to at least be finding the kills on the supports.
Yeah, MPCS is just extremely concerning though. He's only level 2, while the Silencer is almost he's like level 3 and some change. The Lifestealer is like level 4 already. So this non-stop pulling coming out of King R is actually really hurting Secret in this aggro tri-lane still. And Puppy's recognizing that. He's gonna go to the jungle as the Crystal Maiden, just try to maximize. They don't want to be splitting experience 3 ways when they don't need to. Kezu's getting pinged up. We've got the first charge coming out toward him.
Yeah, has to be careful. Not level 6 yet, of course. As a Mango will have another shield. See if that's going to be enough. Here comes the lead in. Battle Hunger, so they can close the gap. There's the first connection. They'll get it into the call. Kezu being bashed up as well. This should be a guaranteed one, or maybe not. Pops the Mango and the shield. Trying to get himself back to the tower. Bash would suffice. Won't find it initially, but they will continue to dive through. There's the next charge, and Kezu will pop.
They'll get away with the kill. Same time, though, down on the bottom lane. YapzOr able to close the gap onto the silencer, and Secret will find a kill in return.
Yeah, every time that the Spirit Breaker is going to charge out, they're going to look to get aggressive. And Silencer getting caught on the sides is, I mean, it's really hard for him to really play in that lane because he can just get dove super hard by the bugs and the ice shards. It's pretty much just Chappie going to be this big sustainer in the lane. Oh, King R actually gets that
Gets
creep.
the big one.
The one glaive.
Well, MP starting to catch back up, but still the lead is there for Chappie. Mid lane as well, mid bond still. Slightly behind the farm here of FN. FN getting some pretty ridiculous good CS. I imagine he has been cleaning out some of the camps as well.
He got mud
46
golems,
CS.
so his is a little bit. It's a little bit inflated.
Yeah,
just a tiny bit. And he cleared actually. I didn't see what the hard camp was, but he cleared that too. So he has a couple extra CS, and they're about even on net worth though.
Top lane. Charge away from the Spirit Breaker.
Oh,
Mid one's hunting.
Mid one's in position right now.
Has an arcane rune, triple remnants at the ready. A lot of play potential. See if he catches anyone else coming back up to that area, but doesn't look like he will. Down bottom, Chappie, making it go onto YapzOr, immediately looking to snowball over to the creeps. We'll see if Empire can continue to cut him off. Looks like they won't. They'll hold back. Now
Rotation
MP,
for mid one.
ready to go in with it. He's got the raise, so Chappie goes for the raise TP. It's a smart move and it's a safe move. He's out of there, but King R isn't. Will be punished with the wraparound from Puppey. So again, look at the silencer. So still managing to slowly break apart this safe lane of Empire.
I like this decision making from mid one though. Like he recognizes FN's just gonna be jungling for now, so I can get aggressive on the other lanes, and he can't really respond to help them. Ghostic getting aggressive on Kezu. Kezu actually gets forced to use borrowed time.
Yeah, very hard for Ghostic to make a play with that ulti. Maybe once it's down, if they get a charge, they could certainly look for it. King R's already heading up there with the silencer, so maybe seeing if they can catch Kezu out whilst the ult's down, and yeah, the charge is from Imposhka as well. So they want to go for it, but Kezu, of course, realizing that he is at his weakness at the moment, is keeping himself away from the lane. Charge actually will be cancelled. Empire don't feel confident fighting around this deep as of yet, until they can bring in Ghostic and King R a little bit closer. Now they'll look to go. Ghostic doesn't get the battle hunger off. Kezu managing to fog him. Actually playing around very much on the edge of this. Empire, do they want to go? Now they will. Charge forward, but TP reaction will come through from Secret. Ghostic getting the spins off, bringing Kezu down low, and in fact those couple of springs bringing him down very low. They will get the kill, but mid one's in with a rotation, punishes the axe, and now YapzOr quickly snowballs onto Imposhka, make sure that the TP is not successful, and Secret will happily take that trade. They lose Kezu, but mid one comes in and picks up a double kill.
That was a big bait coming out from Kezu. Those good rotations again from mid one, just trying to get as aggressive as possible in the laning phase. Every time he sees,
active.
anytime he sees anyone,
Yeah.
Just any information on the map, he's able to go. And yeah, that's okay with them, like with being able to move their support side, because they have a Weaver in the offlane, so MP's gonna be okay. Like his last hits are still a little bit lackluster, but you know he's a hero that shouldn't really be brought down by a Lifestealer, Silencer, Spirit Breaker tri-lane.
Yeah, we'll see what Chappie goes for this game. Has he got the Midas on the courier?
No, not just that. He just has that, yeah.
So I guess Facebook, do you think he will go Midas this game? With the gloves?
Since he's like a single core Lifestealer, I think it's possible. Yeah. I think either decision's fine though. Maybe because they ran like an aggro lane, he maybe feels like he needs to get online a little earlier, so maybe getting the armlet is probably just better, and it benefits a lot with Empower. Probably still just getting a feel for how the game is going. FN, though, is doing incredibly good still. Look at his net worth, 4,200. He's 800 away from that Blink Dagger. He's just free farming the jungle over and over again. Going for the treads pick up as well.
Yeah, we'll see if he does get those RP advantages. I mean, you talked about in the draft out, there could be potential with the way that Secret's lineup wants to kind of group up on a target. You got it's Tusk snowballing in. And Abaddon on the front line trying to apply the curse.
Okay, yeah.
Ember remnanting forward.
He's going for the armlet on Lifestealer first. I like this. Just want to keep that tempo up. Like they already are. They probably feel that they're a little bit ahead in the laning phase, even though the kill score doesn't show that. They probably just feel that way just based off their levels and the way that the safe lane was going. So I liked his decision to go for that.
This'll come in handy.
He's the rock, He's the rock on this team. While the Axe and the Mag need to get their Blink Daggers to really do anything.
The rock might be about to be smashed as Secret are eyeing him up.
He's got Rage TP, though.
He's just going to go straight out. Didn't Rage first, though. Oof. Little risky there. If that jump came in a second earlier, the chains would have been there to stop it.
I really thought he would just Rage TP to be safe.
He was like, I don't need to Rage. The man mode TP out there.
Now Secret's going to be able to grab this tower, get a little bit of map control. Mid-one's almost got his boots of travel finished up to keep that aggression going. FN, though, going to have Blink Dagger at the same time as those boots of travel coming out.
It's going to be a good time. I see Kezi pushing in on the mid. King R trying to hold them back with the curse. And there's your blink. So FM will be ready to make the plays. Top lane. Mid one is hunting. And has he got the burst to bring down Miposhka? I mean, especially with the +1. If Yapso can get in, Miposhka keeping his distance, mid one. We'll move back in to see if we can find him, but Miposhka's already out of there. Looking to charge in on the mid lane. It has side set for Kezu, but does count. So it looks like he was just using it to get out of that position on the top lane.
I like how Empire's maximizing right now, though. Yep. They empowered the Lifestealer. They had even an Ancient stack for him, so he's actually able to clear an Ancient stack with just Empower and a Phase Gloves of Haste. It's pretty impressive because it's like maxed out Empower already. And they give King R a nice lane. Puppy now, ulting some neutrals.
Full in on the farming. I mean, it gets himself the 11-minute Midas, so obviously a very good time for your position 5 to pick up a Midas. If you're cool with your position 5 rushing Midas, which is the plan here for Secret. And it can certainly pay off as the games go on. I mean, we've seen in the other games that Secret have played, you know, where they're happy to sometimes sacrifice dominating the laning stage for favor of going late game against some of these teams. And against a team like Empire, Secret may have the late game prowess.
Yeah, they probably just feel like they also don't have anything to like really force objectives. Yeah. It's like, all right, we can't really force a tower. We have like a Weaver and an Abaddon. Like, we're just gonna keep a little bit idle and just farm up, and that's fine. I think it's okay to just go for that at this point. Ulting those creeps though is maybe a little bit bold. I know that's like a pub specialty. I like doing that, ulting neutrals and ulting ancients to CM.
I mean, it makes. I mean, if you look at Empire's lineup, it's like, is this CM with Brown Boots Midas really going to get the chance to use his ult in a team fight?
Exactly.
A Global's going to come in. Someone's going to two-shot you. That axe or a Spirit Breaker straight on your backside. So yeah, it's just efficiency.
Yeah. Everyone just this game is just pure efficiency. Honestly, everyone's just farming.
Yeah.
MP's in the jungle farming the enemy jungle. I like that he's doing that at least, trying to like take some farm away from them. Mid one's finishing up his bots. Yapso's running around farming. Spirit Breaker's like, I just need levels. Let me get some levels. And yeah, they're just waiting for their next couple things. They have the blink on the mag. Axe is about to have his blink and 100 gold.
Blink.
So it's going to be Empire on the aggressive here though in the next like 2 or 3 minutes because they're going to have Armlet finished up on Lifestealer, double blink, so that's going to be their go time to actually try to make some plays, try to get themselves another objective. Maybe go for mid. Just force an engagement.
MP is starting to catch back up.
Yeah.
Still not quite there on par with the Lifestealer, about 1,000 net worth between them. CS, of course, still had a bit of a drop down. Yeah. But it's. I mean, I guess the good thing for Empire really about this draft, because they have a Magnus, if this kind of mid-game doesn't go too great, they're going to scale well. Yeah. I mean, so Secret, but Empire are also going to scale as well because they have the Empower.
But it's just it's only the Lifestealer that benefits.
True, that's true. Yeah.
So it's like
for the rest, it's not great.
I wonder what item build we're going to actually see coming out from FN. I think maybe we'll see him go for like I used to see some like Orchid, Echo Saber, Bloodthorn builds on the Magnus quite a while.
Yeah, the Echo Saber is quite popular.
Yeah.
I mean, because he's a core, you think he won't go for the blink then back into the Midas? Or is that still a possibility? Or
I think it's still possible.
Still a possibility?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really like the blink Midas builds. That's usually like an off-lane kind of thing though, but I like the concept of it a lot. And here we go, yeah. They got their double blinks off. They've got the armlet. They go for the smoke. They're going to try to get aggressive with this first ulti usage.
Yeah, this could be big. If they can get that lead in. Puppy and Yapzor in good position on the high ground to dispel any sort of smoke. In fact, they smoke themselves and see Empire immediately. So, Secret are not really wasting the smoke because they do stop Empire from getting the jump that Empire were relying on with these newfound items. I mean, for now, FM... Okay! That's a lot of hate for a Midas CM. And Puppy's down. FN, not a fan. As instant RP usage gets the kill, will free up the space for the mid lane tier 1 to go down, but maybe not quite as big of an impact as they would have hoped for with the blink reveals.
Yeah, definitely not. But you know, they get the objective. So
Yeah.
that's like that's the one big gain.
I mean, I guess you got to kind of ask yourself, could that play have been achieved with just a blink skill? I guess he doesn't have that many points in the skill. I don't know. I get RP's the safe play. It's the safe play.
Yeah, they probably look like Secret's lineup isn't going to want a team fight, so they're probably just like, okay, let's just take what we can get.
Yeah.
You know, and just pressure towers off of that one. Because, yeah, I mean, Secret, there's no way they're going to fight. The only way they fight is if they're, like, around the Abaddon. And Kezu was showing top lane. So as soon as they see Kezu top lane, they know it's like, okay, Secret's not taking this team fight. It's just going to be, like, 1 or 2 heroes kind of running around scrapping. Puppey trying to get some deep wards in. They do spot that, though. They do know he put a ward down, I believe. It looked like they had an idea, King R, with sentries. Yeah, he's going to be able to get the D ward. MP, though, getting aggressive onto him.
They do have Ghost Stick with the Chappie Lifestealer in behind them. The taunt onto Weaver. It's going to be long enough for them to get the kill. They've got the control. They'll bring down MP. Mid one coming across will be charged up. There'll be the TP attempt straight out from Ghost Stick, but Puppey comes in with a freezing field. Takes down the axe. Chappie to fall as well as Mid one picks up the double kill. So coming up in full force, and it really seemed there. Secret, they did not give a damn about that global silence. They just fought through it. And at the end of the day, Empire not getting the impact with either of those blink daggers I feel that they would have liked to. I mean, yeah, they got a CM kill. Yeah, they did kill MP, but they ended up losing 2 cores themselves for it.
I like how quick they were to collapse on while Puppey's warding. Like, Puppey's probably like telling them, hey guys, I'm gonna ward here.
Yep.
Let's try to make a play around the ward. Because when you ward, you don't want just vision. You want to be able to make plays around those wards as fast as possible. So they were all kind of ready. Yapso was already on his way down. Kezu TP'd instantly from the top lane. And then mid one, of course, was Boots of Travel able to come in. And yeah, it does look like FN's going to be going for that Echo Saber. I was kind of expecting something like this because, like we've been saying, you know, it's a single core lifestealer. You want to have some extra kind of scaling potential from your mid laner.
I'm saying Echo Saber goes without saying, just everything benefits the Mac.
MP top lane, they've got eyes on him. They've got double blinks prepared for him. Ghost Stick gonna lead the charge.
And again, not messing around with these RPs. I mean, I like it. It's certainly better than seeing a game where Magnus is, you know, waiting for that big wombo combo. If you see an opportunity to kill, take it.
I think
they certainly do.
Yeah, they definitely needed it there to be able to clean it up. So it's perfectly fine to use it in that fashion.
Interesting set there as well from FM. 8th pro game on Magnus. He's 7-1 at the moment on it. So very impressive. And win rate.
He definitely knows how to maximize on that hero.
Yeah.
Like, his laning phase was pretty much perfect. He went to the jungle. He even skips the ulti at 6, gets a couple extra points in the empower, and just is very good about finding his farm on the hero.
Interesting that, so he's going for the Echo Saber into the BKB. I mean, what does he feel is such a, I mean, they've got a lot of magic damage here, but it doesn't feel like there's going to be any sort of silence or holdback to stop him from initiating, but I guess you just want the BKB so you can just literally man up after the RP and continue to just punch people.
Yeah, I think he wants to just be a reliable damage source in the fights after RP. Top lane, mid one, gets the slide off during the jump.
It's always hard to tell with that situation. You know, was he just sleight of fisting, or was he dodging it? You know what I mean? Is it a coincidence, or is it pure skill?
Give him the benefit of the doubt.
We'll give him the benefit. We'll say it was reactions.
Yeah. So he's going to be building toward the Yule Scepter, obviously, versus the Global. Yeah. Very good. Also, Yule Scepter versus Axe is probably one of the best items in general. The Axe blinks and calls, you can just completely
good against the Breaker as well, if you catch him charging.
Breaker.
Yeah, very good against these initiators.
There we go.
Even good, I guess, as well against the Magnus. Well, if you've got vision, if you cast it pre-blink, he gets insta yours before he can RP.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely is a good item choice this game. Yapsor is going to be rushing for that Lotus Orb. So they will be getting their adjustments to kind of deal with that global silence. But Kezu doesn't care. Kezu's just going for the Vlad's AC. He's just going for full aura build. Not going to really care if he's going to get globaled at all. So far. Top, mid one. Finds a grab onto Ghost Stick here. They've got rotations coming in. The Yules for the catch.
Yep, just to buy the time for Puppey to close the gap. And very unlikely the Ghost Stick gets out of it. Again, Puppey throwing down the ult. He says if FM wants to throw it down at any opportunity, so will he. Secures the kill. 8 for 5 still. Network pretty much neck and neck. You've got the 2 cores on the side of Empire at the top of the moment. Now Lifestealer Magnus just farming a little bit faster. Certainly expected with the empower and the speed that the Lifestealer can chomp through those creeps. But overall, just the network spread a little bit more even on the Secret's lineup.
Yeah, having that Midas CM being picked up nice and early. Tusk as well. Everyone's just playing in a very greedy style. I mean, I'm surprised how farmed Miposhka is on the Spirit Breaker. He's only found a couple opportunities with his charge, and he's got his earned medallion already online. Very good for him. FN, smoke breaks. Mid one on the high ground. He's invis, though.
Yeah, this invis rune.
Oh, they got eyes on the silencer, too.
Going to cause issues here for Empire, as Secret could try and fight into this one.
It is at a shrine, though.
Yeah, it's a little bit too deep.
Yaps are not in the area either. TP was still on cooldown.
Mid one's still lining up, though. That's keeping tabs on King Up. We'll sweep back, see if he finds any other stragglers.
Chappy with that Deso finished up. It's going to be hitting pretty hard with the Empower. Miposhka tries to get the charge up, but yep, sort of gets the snowball on him.
We'll
get the bash, though.
Yeah, we'll still take this nether strike to the face, which may buy enough time for Chappy to close the gap, and indeed it does. With the extra bash there, Yapzor will be taken out, despite his best efforts with the snowball dodge. Not enough to save him against 3 angry, hungry heroes.
Those kind of pickoffs will happen when you're playing versus Spirit Breaker. If you're playing alone, they do get some nice tower damage bottom, though. They're actually probably going to claim this tier 2 with Kezu. He's just really forcing with his Hyperstone Vlad's build. He even took the damage this game rather than the experience, so Kezu's trying to actually be a scaling core as we kind of expected. You know, they have this tri-core lineup versus a Lifestealer single core, so definitely trying to be as scaling as possible on the side of Secret.
Top tower is under attack.
Top lane Empire will find the tier 2 trade. Won't be contested on this one. Take the tower. FN on his way out. Chappy isn't going to jump in for the ride. Will stay up there for the time being. And get himself inside Miposhka.
Kind of cool. FN went for the attack speed instead of the spell amp. I mean, it's kind of expected because of the build that he's going for this time.
Yeah, if you're a core Magnus, I like that. I mean, because the spell amp, it's not massive, but normally the difference is just so you can shockwave a range creep in one shot in a creep wave. So it's a little quicker farming if you don't have the right click build. But if you do, that attack speed's just going to amplify what he's able to do.
Bottom, getting dove hard, and he just gets brought down instantly.
Can they punish this, though? They've got to charge onto Puppey. Ghostic is going to see if he can find a jump, but again, the Yules from mid one just turns back, holds him out of there. Puppey has the time to TP out, and mid one continuing to walk himself away from that with no punishment whatsoever.
And Yapzor just goes straight back to the top lane. They are just...
Keep on farming.
Yeah, they're just trying to get, like, little pickoffs and don't let Empire use their big ultimates. Just every single time, just be scrappy, take little team fights, or little pickoff engagements all over the place, be efficient with your farm. Yeah, just don't let Empire use global, don't let them use RP on more than one hero. Sounds like a good game plan to me.
Empire, still though, with the farm that they're getting, they're keeping up. Oh yeah, Yapzor with the Lotus is going to cause issues in these fights. As long as he doesn't get caught in the initial jump from the RPs or the cores, he's going to be able to save himself or the others from the global silence.
It'll be really big once he's got his blink tagger. He's going to be able to just Lotus Orb the silence, blink in if the RP does happen on a couple heroes, and he can completely counter-initiate with that.
I do like this though, smoke interaction. I think this may catch Secret off guard. Will they expect this? They're still split up across the map.
They're not seeing anyone. Yeah. They don't really have a crazy amount of vision, but...
MP's going to check it out.
Nice.
It's down to half health. Look on the sidelines though. FN is in position for any sort of attempt from Secret. And I think Secret, really, you know, Empire have such a strong team fight. They've been avoiding it so far. They aren't going to change that, even with the Roshan on the line. They're just going to have to let it go. And Empire will take themselves the Aegis straight into the hands of Chappy. Free Roshan for them. Secret not wanting to contest at all. And now the fight looking to ensue. As a charge forward from Miposhka makes a beeline straight for Puppey. Mid one has got a double damage. Watch out for that in this fight. Ghostic gets the call onto Puppey. Secret with a full 5-man there. Out comes the global silence. Going forward, looking for the RP. FN will hold off for it for the time being. Kezu has the borrowed time. Walks it off. They're trying to go for the old Puppey, but the nether strike flies through from Miposhka. They'll dunk down the CM. And in comes the punch from Yapzor. He tries to get the RP out FN, but FN's already down and gone. They've lost to an Empire. Chappy falling low as well. The Aegis will be popped. Mid one getting a lot done this fight with that double damage rune. And now, can they kill him again? Chappy makes a beeline for the high ground. Secret are looking to chase. They'll get the chains out, but the rage is popped. Turns towards Kezu, but a little too speedy here on their Baden. Will get out. So Empire do keep Chappy alive, but they lose the Aegis on him. And again, losing Ghostic and FN for very minimal gains for themselves in that fight against Secret.
I really like the way Secret took that fight. Puppey just kind of accepted the fact he's like, all right, well, I'm getting very focused by the Spirit Breaker, by the axe and everything. I'm just going to kind of accept my fate and run into the middle of them, force them to kind of jump on top of me, and then that's where they get the opportunity. YapzOr rolls in, gets a nice Ice Shard snowball combo onto the mag, and then, mid one just able to just throw like a double Remnant or triple Remnant on top and clean up. Definitely good at positioning, and the way that they took that engagement was definitely very smart.
Looking at this as well, I mean, 23 minutes in, Kezu having the completed assault grass is going to be pretty scary. They will get a freebie here, Empire. Catching YapzOr out in the jungle. Ghostic and Chappie make a quick 1-2 play.
Yeah, they know there's vision now there. YapzOr spam pinged it right afterwards, so he's like, yeah, they've got something up here. But yeah, Kezu, very farmed.
Yep.
And I like this build too. You know, they are versus a mag empower, or a mag who's going to empowering the Lifestealer, so he's just building for this armor aura type strategy to just make them be able to fight versus it a bit better.
Nice. Smart optimization, and we can see on the Magnus going for exactly the build you mentioned earlier, looking for Bloodthorn next.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting this, especially versus an Ember Spirit and versus like Weaver, something to kind of be able to just like catch them a little bit off guard with that silence coming out. I haven't seen it in the build in a long time though, and mid one now picks up a Shiva's Guard too, so very resilient to magic or physical.
Fan tries to waltz up, pops the BKB, had an invis room, was hoping for some sort of play, but there was a sentry down. Instantly aware of the situation, Secret now themselves can look to take the favorable position. Mid one jumps forward. Straight away with the chains, they'll get the sharp block off as well. Miposhka will charge away. The rest of Empire on the tree, but no, YapzOr chase down the charge with the snowball. Miposhka tries for the TP out, but the chains are there, and they'll finally take down the space camp. Secret getting themselves the kill once again.
And that was global.
That was actually, yeah. They do still have RP, but hey, all right, without the global silence, it's going to be very hard to stop Secret from jumping back in on them as they have been doing in pretty much every mid-game fight so far.
Yes, Secret's doing a very good job of just playing around the ultimates. Yeah. Like, they just are never giving them the opportunity to use them. I'm really liking the way that they're itemizing and taking the game too. As I mentioned, the mid one with the Shiva's Guard, so yeah, they're just building for heavy physical reduction versus this heavy physical single target damage lineup coming out from Empire. Puppey's almost got the Solar Crest, he's got Ghost Scepter, like they're feeling good about this game slowing down and just letting them be able to farm up, because they know Silencer and Spirit Breaker, these two heroes, they don't farm. Silencer does not farm well at all unless he goes for like the Midas build, which he definitely could not this game. Spirit Breaker is not a hero who farms. The only way that hero farms is through kills, and they're not really giving them the opportunities for that.
It is certainly scary for Empire, as they have really struggled to be able to achieve what they want to do with their lineup at this stage. Got an AC complete on Chappie, into Ghostic, but again, look, Secret is there and ready. Ghostic is just going to get ripped apart immediately. We'll get, no, the TP's out. Okay. One of the weaknesses there from those three heroes. No cancel other than the Frostbite, but they'll get King Ha. So a nice clean escape there from Empire with the two cores. But again, it's them getting ready to hunt and look for a kill and having to tuck their tails and run as soon as the first sight of Secret appears.
Yeah, Secret with the way that they, their draft is all about these scrappy fights and just constantly causing this aggression. Just never let them get time to use their ultimates. Just always run at them, keep the tempo too fast for this mag silencer.
Mid one after the Shivas. Very close to having a completed Maelstrom, so starting to build up on damage himself after opening with a defensive. Blink Dagger now for YapzOr, as you mentioned. There's the combination of items he needs to be able to be that savior in these team fights.
And he's going for Ags next on
Tusk,
is he?
too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but he did this yesterday. He queued up
I think he will.
You think this one he will follow through
on? It's super legit versus Lifestealer. You just boot them out of the fight, and it takes forever to come back because it applies that. It's very good. I actually really like the Tusk Ags now. It's been changed a couple times. It's still very luxury. You obviously want to get your Blink Lotus Orb or your Guardian Greaves +1 item beforehand, but it can be very legit in these type of fights.
Again, Empire really wanting to look for that fight. We've seen so many smokes from them as they have been time and time again trying to find some sort of a jump with Ghostic and Chappie. But Secret have been pretty well prepared each and every time.
Mid one.
I don't think this is going to be any exception. Unless they can catch the Ember, but no, quickly out with the Remnant. Was being eyed up there, but mid one's already out of the lane before the jump can be made.
These heavy mobile cores from Secret just too difficult for Empire to really go for those catches. They're trying though. But Secret just seems to be one step ahead of them on majority of these plays. Even their positioning there. Secret was all, like 4 of them together on the high ground. They're like, okay, there's definitely a play happening, and mid one was kind of baiting it. FN.
Secret's got the high ground. FN does have the Shadow Blade. Not Chappie. Trying to make a bit of a go here onto Kezu. The sentry dropped down immediately by Secret, just in case FN tries to come with the Shadow Blade. TP's across the Shrine will be there with Poshka. Who's he going to look for? On the sidelines, Global Silence comes out, but mid one, can he actually finish off King R? The Glimmer Cape will save King R for the time being. Chappie, focused by Kezu and MP, mid one jumps forward, finds the Silencer in the tree line. That's going to be one done. Has the change onto Ghostic. They've already found themselves 3 Secret. They get themselves anything more of this. FN with the Shadow Blade. Back he goes. Maposhka gets chased down on the side by Puppey. He finishes him off with a freezing field. And again, Empire just cannot find these fights. They're smoking up. They're leading him with the Shadow Blade on the Magnus. And Secret are just being so careful at being jumped on. And every time, Secret just turn around and shove the fight back in Empire's face.
They're really, like, they're being super, at least Secret's being super critical of the way they're positioning in these fights. Like, mid one is just running at the Silencer and the Mag. He's like, I'm not going to let these guys get any RPs off. I'll throw my Shiva's Guard out, keep canceling the Blink Daggers. Puppey and Yapsor are causing havoc on the other side. Kezu is just man-fighting versus the Lifestealer. They're just doing a very good job of taking the fight and splitting it up in their favor heavily.
Wow. And just in this game one so far, it really just feels, yeah, overall play is a lot cleaner from Secret. A little... I wouldn't necessarily say sloppy from Empire. I think it is just the Secret are just playing that little bit better. They are having the better reads of the map. So, you know, Empire, they're making the good calls. They know what they have to do. They have to find these ganks. But Secret are very well aware of that, and they're playing the exact way that they need to deal with that sort of play style that Empire are trying to bring in.
Yeah, I mean, they're just reading the movements super well. It's very good to see this, and I like the way that they approached it. They took like a super greedy-esque approach. They're like, you know what? It doesn't matter if he's getting these like solo RPs and whatnot in like the mid game, because they're not really able to claim anything off of it if we have everybody else split pushing and just farming on their own. Like Yapsor was perched up in that top lane for, I want to say, like 8 minutes almost, just kind of farming.
Well, they have got their strength here, Empire. Roshan back up, and they can take it down very quickly. And of course, there is still that one, but if they do find the Global Silence into RP, Secret can melt.
Yeah.
They have a lot of physical damage, Empire, and you know, Chappie with Empower will rip them to pieces. They just need to find that opportunity. Now get the Aegis onto Chappie. Secret, again, not choosing to fight around these confined positions because they know that's where Empires have the chance to succeed. But still, overall, as we can see, the net worth really tailing off, leading to a 20k net lead. We're about 16,500 at the moment for Secret. That's quite a sizable lead. And it really is, you know, again, you look at the individual net worth, the 2 cores of Empire, Chappie and FN, it looks fine. But it's just the fact that mid one is, what, nearly 4k ahead, and the rest of the team just is leveling out a lot better for Secret in comparison to the 3 members of Empire that are sitting at the bottom at the moment. Ghostic has really struggled, kind of that initial phase after where he got a good timing on the blink to actually get anything done. It's just been very hard for the Axe to keep up in a game like this.
Yeah, like we've been saying, like, you know, the Axe, these Axe Spirit Breaker, these heroes need to get kills. They don't farm, they don't want to be sitting in lanes, because if Axe is showing in lane, if Spirit Breaker is showing in lane, that means they're not ganking. So Secret's just like, okay, we're going to be able to just farm. That hasn't happened so much, though. They've been really off of the map, but they're not able to find these pickoffs, so they're falling very far behind. You know, Puppey's Crystal Maiden, 1,500 gold above the Axe.
Yeah.
So we do see FN actually, he finishes up the Silver Edge, so he went Shadow Blade into full Silver Edge to kind of try to deal with that Abaddon ultimate. Maybe they can like try to get the pick off on him quickly with that, with the Global Silence following, because you Silver Edge him and then Global, and he can't use the borrowed time. But they do have a Lotus Orb on Yapsor, and he also has Snowball, so there are a lot of different ways for them to kind of counter that mid one. Getting aggressive onto Miposhka.
And Miposhka getting his way out of this one. The Yules from mid one, buying space for Secret. to come in, and that's going to be Miposhka around down. FN jumps forward, does get the two-man skewer, gets the bring back as well, has managed to dunk down 2 there with the backup of Ghost Stick. This is what they were looking for, Empire. They'll try and get Kezu, but he does get the borrowed time off. Mid one, manning up, comes back in with the Remnants, takes down Ghost. There'll be a buyback from Miposhka. FN leading forward with the BKB, trying to man up with the right clicks. Mid one falling down low, but the Slight Fist comes out. Now they've got a spread. Empire, they've lost Miposhka. That's a die back on the Spirit Breaker. Chappie will be back for round 2. Secret focusing the weaklings, goes straight for King R on the silencer on the backlines. Chappie goes for the raise CP and will make his way out of there. And again, Empire, even though they get an RP of sorts, they do manage to take down 2 of Secret's heroes, but you're killing the 2 supports. And it's costing you a lot of fatalities on your own side. Die back from the Spirit Breaker, losing the Aegis, losing Axe, losing Silencer. Again, it's not the story that Empire want to be writing.
Yeah, I mean, it's RP and the Axe call pretty much for their disable, because the charge just gets cancelled every single time, and Poshka's having a very hard game for himself. And these super mobile cores on Secret just are able to weave in and out of the fights constantly and not really be worried because there's no other big sustainable stuns or lockdown.
Ghost Stick does get the call onto MP. Kezu immediately with the Axe borrowed time, making sure that minimal damage can be done to MP. Break, applies the Ember, so won't have a lot of damage to bring down Ghost Stick. Indeed, Ghost Stick will be able to walk this off. Charge from Miposhka is not going to go for it. Oh, in fact, well, okay, the Axe does. They'll cancel the charge, but Ghost Stick still goes in. Chappie looking for MP, but MP's going to be fine. He just turns around, punches back into the Lifestealer. Now looks towards the silencer, frostbitten up by Puppey. And they're not done yet again. Secret jumping up into the base. Miposhka will get the charge away, but the chains combo from mid one holds back the big old cow. And Secret again getting the kills, moving on to the racks. Fortification will come out. Mid one already just moving closer to the fountain, spamming out the chains to hold back Empire. FN does have RP. He needs an absolutely brilliant one. He needs something amazing here. We'll see if Secret give it to him if they do hold hands too much. FN looking for the RP. Silver Edge is now one off. And again, mid one just spamming the Slight of Fist, making sure that any blink potential is minimalized. Mid one, actually jumps straight into them. Triple remnant forward, he's ready to go and play. We'll get the Steward back, FN. RP, but it only catches one. They'll pop the Global Silence, but the Lotus Orb already laid down onto mid one, so he can jump back out. They've lost the Axe, and GG well played is called. It's all too much here for Empire. Secret will take game 1. And Empire, you really felt the struggle there in that game. They could just never hit it off. They never got that fight that they've been hunting for, even with the great start. The great laning stage, brilliant Blink Dagger timings. Secret were prepared.
They got 2 13-minute Blink Daggers, I think it was, on the Axe and the Mag, so they were farming incredibly well, but I think Secret just played really well the way that they played around it. Their maneuverability on the map, they made it so it's like, oh, you can only get like 1 hero opportunities, because now we're just going to have Yapspor pushing the top lane, mid one pushing the mid lane, MP pushing out the bottom lane, so they were just completely split up, not giving Empire the opportunities. It was actually pretty delightful to watch. Yeah, very crisp.
Clean stuff from Secret. We'll see if Empire can step it up, of course, in game 2, give us something a little different, maybe catch Secret off guard with a different strat. The Magnus certainly not working out in terms of this lineup, where you're looking to make those fights happen, needing to get the Lifestealer mobile. But yeah, game 1 as it is. Secret take the win. We'll cut to a short outbreak, and we'll be back very shortly for game 2 and some more action on the panel.